Dec Cluskey, founder of the Serious Writers Guild and Makehits.com and Makehits.co.uk. And here we are at the 10th of the 4 minutes on the net with Dec. Got a croak in my throat. But what have we got for you this week, music-wise? Well, we've got the old question. I must get this about at least once every week, if not, or 2 weeks maybe. Somebody who's gone into a studio and she wrote a jingle, asked to write a jingle for a TV show. A lot of money in that, by the way. And she had a lyric writer with her and she wrote the melody. And then she got the whole thing done. And then all of a sudden the guy who produced it, he says he's the producer, all he did was really, with a computer, microphone or whatever, just put down the song. He played a little bit of guitar on it and that was it. He's calling himself a producer now. And she is now hit with a situation where he wants royalties. So what should she do? Well, the silly thing is, she should have known in the first place, because she is a member of the Serious Writers Guild. She should have known to do the deal up front. That's what you always do before you switch the studio lights on. But the producer, in actual fact, isn't entitled to any royalties whatsoever, despite what producers may say. And producers nowadays are usually DJs who just happen to have a computer, a microphone, maybe a CD, and that's about it. In the old days, proper producers like Humberto Galici and Steve Levine, people like that, and myself, I mean, we booked the studios, we booked the musicians, we get the arrangers involved, get the music done, we produce the whole session with the orchestra, we produce the vocals, we do all that stuff and take the whole project down to completion. That is what a producer does. But how is she going to get out of this situation? Well, I explained to her that her and her partner, they're 50-50 as writer and then the lyric writer of the music, writer of the lyrics. And that 50% of all the royalties go to the publishing company. That's what why I'm always on to you and to everybody that'll listen. You should always have your own publishing company. So they get 50% each of the 50% that's left. Now, the producer, really, if he's clever, this is what a producer is if he's clever, a guy like me. I make absolutely sure to play on the record or the recording, and that way I'll get PPL, Phonographic Performance Limited royalties. That's for every play of the recorded work. I'll then make sure that I have a little bit of input into the lyrics and into the music. That way I get a bit of the writing. Okay, and that's on everything. That's on every time anybody performs that piece of music, or the record is performed, or whatever. And you know, but at the end of the day, if this producer is asking for a few bob just to produce, he's not a proper producer. We don't ask for money for production. We know that we're going to get huge royalties at the end of the day, and that's what we rely on. So there we are. She's mad to even pay this guy 1 cent. All he is a guy in a bedroom with a computer, as I say, a CD player and a microphone and maybe a keyboard, and that's about it. So there you are. You have been warned about these guys. They will try and stitch you up, particularly if they know there's money about. And basically, a producer, unless the deal is done up front, and then he might get from, say, 2.5% up to 3.5%. That's usual of the mechanicals. That's where he's due. But that deal has got to be done up front. So listen, I've got a great tip for you. Are you a guitar player? A friend of mine. The other day we were talking about putting new strings on for every session, every important show. He said, "Oh, I couldn't do that, Dec. My strings stretch so much they go out of tune." And I thought, you don't know how to put on a string without going out of tune. What happens in the middle of a session then if the string breaks? You keep everybody waiting while you put on a string. This is how you do it. Now look at this. Nice? Every guitar player's dream. And I've got one. Beautiful Les Paul. It's about 63, 64. But there we are. Now, okay, so the string here. Say the string breaks or you want to just replace it. The thing is, if you put your strings on it correctly in the first place, they're very, very easy to replace. Now I'll show you how quick it is and how easy it is to do it properly. Just comes off like that, like that, like that. That's that one gone. There's the new string. New string. Oh god, this is the longest part, getting that. In it goes like that, up to the top. Now we get to the interesting bit. Through the hole at the top. Now pull it tight there. You see that? Pull it tight there. Put your 2 fingers like that. Okay, and pull it tight. Cross your fingers. Pull it like that. Then wrap it around that way. And go in under there like that. There we are. And then all you do, just hold that tight like that, and a few winds like that. I'd always use a winder. Much better, much quicker. And I tune it up to, that's up quite tight now. Quite tight. Now leave it tight and I stretch it like that. See? Stretch it like that a few times. Now there's only one wind around there. That's why it will never go out of tune. So like that. That's perfect. Done. So there we are. 4 minutes on the net with Dec. Get the glasses off. Optical Express, I hate you for the laser treatment they did on my eyes. Doesn't work. Anyway, see you next week. Post your comments and your questions below. I'll get to as many as I can. And this is Dec Cluskey, founder of the Serious Writers Guild and Makehits.com, makehits.co.uk. See you next week. Bye.